So we're going to work on a traditional style deadlift, and Maggie's here to help demonstrate. She's a competitive power lifter and she's doing amazing right now, so she has a competition coming up and she's going to be the perfect example for the deadlift. Now, a lot of it has to do with how you start to really make the most of this position. So I'm going to ask Maggie to step up to the bar, and when you do this, you want to start with your feet underneath the bar, and from there you're going to squat down, grab the bar at just outside of your legs. That's really important. And now, right at this position, Maggie's going to take a breath in to create a brace in her system, in her core, and then she's going to push the earth away to stand up. Okay, and right now she has an alternating grip. So this is just one way to do it. And then Maggie's going to come back down and also do a powerlifting style overhand grip. And this is another way to work on your grip if you're getting into powerlifting. And back down. So you notice that when she comes up and down, she's really working on getting full extension through all four corners of her feet. She's standing tall, under control. Another tip that she's working on is making sure that the lats are fully engaged so that she has good stability in her spine. That's a very essential aspect of the deadlift. Another important point is to be able to track your knees in the right place. A lot of times when people are coming up, their knees end up caving in, and that's actually creating a lot of stress at the hips. And so what you got to do is get your glute med turned on by driving your knees outward. So always make sure that the kneecap is tracking somewhere in between the second big toe and the pinky toe as you're going up and down in the motion. Very nice. And then you go back down and you notice her knees are tracking in the same place. So what's important is that you get good lat engagement. You'll notice that Maggie is taking her shoulder blades and pulling them down and back, and at the same time creating a brace in her midsection. And that's going to create good stability down the spine so that when she lifts, she gets that effort from her hips instead of from her low back. All right, so let's do a demonstration here. She's going down, she's getting good position, neutral spine. You notice that the hips are a little bit below the shoulder at this angle. So you don't want to have the butt too high, you don't want to have it too low into a squat. Okay, and press. And as she comes up, she's pressing the earth away, and she comes down lower in control. Nice. Another important aspect to the deadlift is the amount of weight distribution you have in your feet when you're going to press up. Now to start, you want to feel like you have weight distribution on all four corners of your feet, but when you press up, you want to really drive from the heels as much as you can, and that's going to help to activate the glute. So let's get a demonstration of that. So as she comes up, she is squeezing the glutes tight, she's maintaining a straight spine, those lats are engaged, her abdominals are also engaged. What we don't want to see at the top, what a lot of people do is they pull and they get into this low back position, and that puts a lot of strain on the low back. So make sure that when you stand up, you're standing as tall as you can, as if you have a string attached to the top of your back, the back of your head, and that will help to create length through the whole body. Now getting into the nitty-gritty and the finer details of how to do a deadlift well and to keep your back healthy, it's important that you have equal distribution of weight from one side to the other, and also between your hand grip and the pressure that you have on the ground. So when you go to lower down and to press up, you want to make sure that you have, go ahead, lower down. You want to make sure that you have equal weight on both of your hips and both your feet before you actually stand up. So there should be 50-50 pressure on both legs, and then you should have equal weight distribution and force pushing into the ground as much as you do into the bar at the same time. So as you pull up, you feel 50-50 throughout the whole range of motion, and then also going down. Excellent.